My comments are really sort of, I need to step back to the 30,000-foot level. The residential parking plan is sort of the responsibility of the Public Works Commission, but I've been really paying attention to the downtown parking plan and also the other plan, the transportation demand management. And there's some specific things that are going to be helpful to the Public Works Commission and which are actually in this section on strategies for relating to the streamlining of the process. And one of the important things is that's going to help us out because we've been feeling like, how can we be fair? We have 10 requests for service for residential parking that we've been sort of leaving on hold, and I know we're going to be able to find out what those are. But to be quite honest, what's happening in all of these and what I've been fascinated to watch is that we're looking at the fact that we live in a car-dependent world right now, and everybody's first inclination is to have to, when they need to get somewhere, is to jump in their personal car and go there. And all of these things that are parking related, and the residential parking part of it is all that we are talking about tonight because that's what we have responsibility for. But every bit of it and all of the working out the details has to do with the fact that we're trying to work toward a goal of having better public transportation and better options for walking, better ways to not have to use that personal vehicle, and recognizing that right now we can't do away with it. We have to figure out where does the car go. And then we're going to start using techniques for increasing the cost of having a vehicle because we have to pay for parking, whether it's the downtown parking or residential parking, and ultimately the gas prices are not going to be what they are. But basically, philosophically, we're facing some decisions here about changing our way of getting ourselves around. And I had to take a personal vehicle down here because the bus doesn't return after this meeting finishes. Now, someday, that might change. So I just wanted to make a note of the fact that all of these things, we're coming up with some specifics and we're in the weeds about it, but really we need to always step back and go, how can we personally think about needing a car less? And what can we do in all these plans that will help us get there? And the suggested change that I proposed relates to that because there will be pressure on the future of zoning changes to encourage the fact of no parking available in new developments, and that's philosophically maybe a fine thing, but right now logistically it's not going to work because we need to people have cars, they need to have the car in front of their home for residential parking, and they may need to have a car downtown because they live outside of Burlington. So that generally stated, I just wanted to point out that I'm happy with this plan. It's a plan. I'm happy to see a lot of details in there. I'm happy that we have some proposals for how the petition process will happen so that we as a commission can deal with these 10 different people that have asked for resident parking that we have just said, wait a minute, we can't do anything right now. And I'd like to know what can we do. I did want to say that the comment that I made, it relates to when that we do need to recognize it in this transition when developers, if we do add zoning to remove a requirement for downtown parking, we need to in the interim make sure that there are in lieu payments required while we move toward that nirvana of we can all get around with public transportation, walking, and having our car in a satellite parking lot.